Shalom, brothers and sisters. You know, I guess I'm not every man in the world, and every man thinks differently about women. I was just in a park, uh, and I happened upon two men that I've seen before, and you know, all three of us have been injured and wounded by women in some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, I just happened upon two brothers I saw. One brother was married, he's divorced. Another dude, married, divorced. Me, married, divorced. All three of us have been wounded by women. And we just happen to have our own thoughts on women uh, and so you know what? We all see women through various lenses, um, and we have various beliefs about them. We've some of us have been wounded. You know what I mean, myself included, by a woman. Where a woman, pulled the legs out from under my table, and my foot went on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happens when you marry people. They become the other pair of legs on your table. You know what I mean? And when they leave, bad things typically happen. You know what I mean? Like, uh, you unite your souls together, your bodies together. You know what I mean? You know, you share energetic forces between you. You share parts of yourself with each other. You know what I mean? And uh you enter into people's souls. And when you rip those souls apart, bad things happen. And so I have a shirt. This is what I really wanted to get on here and talk about. I have a shirt that, that shows the image of a. I'm not really sure if you can see it too much, but it has a picture of a. Hold on, let me set you down for a second. This is all types of messed up. I'm sorry. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can set this down. Okay, that's not too bad. So, change heart, right? But I have the vision in my mind. Not everybody's heart, not every man's heart's the same, and every man believes the same thing about women. But in my heart, at least, man's best friend is the woman. That's what I believe. I believe, coming from the garden, that she is man's best friend. She is man's uh life companion. And we, somewhere along the way, certain men have abandoned women and picked up a dog. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. And I'm the, people look at me like I'm strange. Like, what do you mean you haven't picked up the dog? You're like, get out of here. I don't want no dog as my life's companion. There's nothing sweeter than a woman. You know what I mean? Everything about her, I believe, was designed for me, a man. I am a man, and I need a woman. Bro, wake up. Men, you don't need no stinking dog. Throw those things away. You don't need no animal, bro. I need a woman. Give me a woman. You know what I mean? All right. I'm sorry. I'm I'm getting a little carried away here. Uh, but I think the idea is men have are like stripping down in taking up animals as their companions. Think about that madness of that, bro. Think about the madness of that men are abandoning their needs when they give up a woman and exchanging it for a dog. How much have we as men allowed ourselves to be stripped down to animals? And so I just want to set the record straight in what I believe. I don't care what you other brothers believe. This is what I believe. I need a woman. She's my missing piece. There's nothing like a woman that gets my engine firing, bro. As a man, the longer I go without a man, the more of a starvation I have for her. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. And there's a certain woman out there who's going to meet that need. You know what I mean? Help me get my sparks on. You know what I mean? Help me get my engine firing. That's what I need. I need this woman to help me get my engine revving. No man ain't gonna do that for me, bro. I'm sorry for you men out there. This is no shade on the men. I need the woman. Only the woman lights my fires up. You know what I mean? Uh, I think that's how it should be. If you're a man who keeps and holds to the Garden of Eden, bro, that woman is a part of that garden. That she's a part of man's story from the very beginning of time. From the very beginning, God set the woman by us. Throughout the ages, she has been man's companion, and I don't want to strip her in it to less than a dog. She's the man's treasure, bro. That from the beginning of time, the woman has but what man has sung about. Sing about a man's love for a woman. That's what I need. I need a woman to take my love energy. Huh? Is there any women out there who wants my love energy? I got lots of love to give the ladies out there. A woman wants to build you up when you've been torn down. A woman who wants to shoot her love energy at me. That's what I need. I need a beautiful blossom to come and land on my flower. All right. Sorry, I'm getting out of control. Uh, because us men need women. We do, and I ain't ashamed to say it. I need these ladies, not ladies in general. I want to try to be, shoot my love energy into that one treasure that I'm supposed to be wearing as a crown. That's what I need. I need this woman to shoot my love energies and build her up as my treasure, because these are biblical, God honoring principles. They are to love the women, to care about them, to cherish them, to build them up and not tear them down, because you don't want the woman to tear you down. You know, I like the princesses because I'm a prince. You know, brother's a prince. You gotta have his princesses. You know, but what was I saying? We all have our ideas on. Oh, get me back to my shirt that I'm planning on designing. I want to have a shirt that I wear. There's a lot of shirts you can wear to express yourself and your heart. That's one of the biggest expressions of my heart. My love for the ladies. I love ladies. I love women. There's nothing like them. They're treasures of God, bro. And we need to quit destroying our women, quit beating them down, quit, throwing them in the trash can. We need to stop doing it as men on all levels. And we need to cherish them. And we treat them honorably. And we give them our love and our affection. And, give the women our affection, the rightful place in our hearts. And cherish them and love them like God wants us to. And not abandon them. Us men have a habit of abandoning our women. Myself included. Well, I wouldn't say I've ever abandoned a woman. Women have abandoned me. Women have walked away from me and left me damaged, abandoned on the road. You know what I mean? That's some of us men. That has been our life's experiences. Women abandon us, walk away from us. You're trying to build a family with them, and they'll be like, "Yeah, look at Tommy looks nicer. Yeah, Tommy gonna take care of me for a night and throw you away." You know what I mean? That's what. And then when they get thrown away, they want to look at you like, "I shouldn't have left you." Yes, you shouldn't. You don't know how good I was, baby. I'm a good thing. And I know it. I know how good I am, baby. I'm going to give you all my love. But you don't want my love? You want Tommy's love? All right, go ahead. You left your prince. Some of us are princes. Some of us are. And you gave up on us. And you threw us away. But some of us princes need to be made too. Some of us princes still need to be watered and shaped and nourished to grow into us princes. Some of us are King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So I really just wanted to come on here and speak on some stuff on my mind, my heart, a brother's heart. Brother won't share his heart with the world. Because he can! Fool! I'm sorry. I shouldn't call you fool. You're a blessing. And I don't want to tear you down. I'm sorry for that. And that's the word we probably need to be seeding into the world. Blessings. Yes, we need to seed blessings into our wives. As men, we need to seed blessings into them. We need to seed blessings into our women. They're important to man's life's story. We need to seed blessings into them, not a beat down. That's not what we need to seed into our women. We don't need to seed a beat down into our women. That's the worst thing we could ever seed into our woman. Ourselves, our gifts, our treasures that God has given us. That's the worst thing we should ever seed into our wives. Our flesh, the bone of our bone, flesh. When you beat down your wife, bro, you're beating down yourself. That's who you're beating down. You're beating down yourself when you beat down your wife. The woman. When you beat down your husband, you're beating down yourself. That's who you're beating down. When you abandon your husband, you are abandoning yourself. You don't realize it yet. You don't. You're a man's other pair of legs. And when you abandon your husband, you're abandoning yourself. You wound us. Sometimes men don't recover from the pain of that. And then you wonder why men are just wounded on the road, side of the road, can't pick their lives up. Some of us men have been wounded in our souls by you ladies and thrown away. We can't pick our lives back up. Some guys, that's the case. Some women, that's the case. Broken, thrown away, abandoned by men, and can't pick their lives up because they're wounded, because men keep using them and throwing them away. Is that the case in women? And all I'm saying is, us men, we need each other. We need women. Let me say that again. Us men, we need women. She has been strategically placed by our sides, by God, in a divine calling to be our companion throughout the ages, throughout man's existence. The woman has been, not the dog. Not the dog. Not the stinky dog, bro. Throw that thing away. Not the cat. Not the kitty cat. You speaking real? You know what I mean? You speaking oof? Is that what you speaking, man? Oof? Rolf? You've allowed your mental state to be debased as a man to seek out a dog or a cat. You have can I be, this is my opinion. This is one man's opinion, that you've allowed yourself to be stripped down to a place of a dog if you're seeking out the companionship of a dog and the comfort of a dog and the rough of a dog. And likewise women, you're allowing yourself mentally to be stripped down to a place of a kitty cat and used by dogs used for meow meow. You know what I mean? That's, are you as a woman allowing us, as men to treat you like a dog treats a meow meow? To be honest, we, us men, we do have a little bit of the meow. We have a need for the meow meow. We do. You know what I mean? Like, us men, we need the woman, though, behind the meow meow. We do. We need women, real women, to meet our needs, a man's needs anyway. I'm a man. I have a man's needs, and a man needs the woman at the core of it, so that I can fire on a true man's frequency. The woman helps me to fire on my man's frequency. I need that, bro. That's what we need. And when she comes to you to help you to fire on your true man's frequency, God says, now you got to cherish her. She's to help you transform into something better that you weren't before. A dad. You know what I mean? Like, these little girls need us, bro. We're allowing men to trample on our daughters. That can't be right on a spiritual level. Think about the spiritual implications of us men allowing women to abuse our daughters and hurt them, inflict pain, and we sit by and allow them to do it. Think of the spiritual implications that God is looking down upon us as man, watching our daughters be abused and not cherished. Like, I think of a man There's no greater cherishing than God gives you your little girl to cherish and to treasure. That woman who is a source of your love arrows that you've been shooting at her, you know what I mean? Brings you a treasure into the world. She does. That extension of who you are, that woman who you've been shooting your love arrows at, produced you your daughter. And another man, tramples upon your treasure. You don't think that's a problem? To treat our girls, our treasures, like they're nothing and just abuse them and throw them away. These are a man's treasures. Our daughters are a man's treasures. This is my heart anyway. Is there any other men out there who treasure their daughters, who treasure their mothers, who love their mothers, who love their daughters, and there are men out there who are using them and throwing them away? Like, what the F? You want to trample on our women and throw them away as if they're nothing. They're not nothing. And any man out there who's ever loved his mother, watching women be abused on the public arena. You know what I mean? This has reached a national scandal level, bro. We're at the national scandal level when national leaders are just abusing our women openly and throwing them away. Whoa, what has man come to where the other men are allowing our women to be abused and mistreated on a national level? Diddy's parties, Epstein's island, flown around the world, mistreated, wiped, with our butts and thrown in the trash and flushed down the toilet. That's what we're doing to our women nowadays. Woe unto us men for allowing our women to be treated as such. And woe unto us women for abandoning us men when we needed you too. We needed you women to stand by our sides in our darkest moments. And you've let us down. You've abandoned us too. Can I just speak of my personal experience? You hurt us men too. You threw us away. Look. You know what I mean? Now I gotta eat from the bag at Aldi's. And it's helping me, you know what I mean? I don't want to hate on Aldi's because sometimes I be cooking better than you ladies be cooking. And I be eating better than you ladies be cooking. Sadly, you girls can't cook a lick. That's why I need you to come and bake me some cookies. Because sometimes you bring that seasoning that only a woman could bring into my life. Can I be honest? A woman seasoning is still a woman seasoning, even though I still be cooking on you. My man's, flavor be still be cooking, A man still be doing his thing because he can, because he needs. And a man's seasoning alone is still better than a woman's seasoning alone. But, dun dun dun, I gotta say it. Woman's seasoning is still a woman's seasoning. Sometimes a brother needs his woman's seasoning in his life. And she ain't ever gonna be irreplaceable. A woman's seasoning is always gonna be a woman's seasoning, and I need her in my life. I just need her to bring good into my life all the days of my life. I don't need your pain. I don't need your attack. I don't need your, curses. I don't need that. I don't want it. Keep that away from me. Keep your curses and your madness away from me. I don't speak demon. Woman, you're not a demon to me. And I only surround myself with sweet things. Sweet women who bring good into my life. That's what I need. I need to get my frequency up. I saw a girl. I saw a few girls who have sweet natures about them. Just through a virtual, kind of like what I am. I'm virtual right now. I'm a virtual love. That's why. That's why, brother, gotta wear his virtual love shirt sometimes. So can you see that? All right, hold on. Put it up. Let me put it up so you can see it. Da-da-da. So I gotta sing for you. You know what I mean? Some of us brothers like to sing to our ladies. We like to kiss them. We like to touch them. We like to caress them. And we need that. Uh, we need our women to shoot us with their love arrows too. A brother needs his love woman to shoot her love arrows at us sometimes. There ain't nothing wrong with a minute that a man needs his woman. I need her to cook for me sometimes. I need to cook for her sometimes. I need her to shoot her love arrows at me. I need to shoot my love arrows at her. See, I got a hole in my heart waiting for a woman to shoot her love arrows at me. And a brother is thirsty for a woman's lips. I need my woman's lips all over me. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be yelling. Maybe I scared some fish away. She ain't my fish, but and I think in general, and this is just my feeling, my emotions, my way I see woman. I think a woman is a part like a lock and key. I got a lock. She's my key, and I was created to open her up. That's how I see now the wrong type of woman come in my equation. I be like, I unleashed what? What did I unleash? Get away from me, woman! I don't want nothing to do with you. Run! And sometimes us men start putting our lock in things we probably shouldn't be unlocking. You know what I mean? Like I'm putting my lock in stuff that I probably shouldn't be. You know. Now she's trying to kill me. Run! I had a little girl told me she's a ninja. I was like, oh, I gotta get out of here. I don't leak. I like princesses. Yeah, she starts swinging sticks at me. I was like, run! Are we training our girls to be ninjas instead of wives? That's just a question. The girl tried to attack me in the woods. I was out in the park, and a little girl rolled up on me with a wouldn't be said, I'm a ninja, bitch. I was like, what? She said, I'm a ninja, bitch. I was like, oh my goodness. Did she really just call me that and say that to me? Am I hearing things? Maybe I need to go back and ask her again. I can't, but a little boy approached me in the woods. I was looking, maybe different than what they typically see. And the curiosity sparked their interest. You know what I mean? Little girls and little boys are curious sometimes. They out in the adventures, little boys and little girls watching stuff on TV. Little boys and little girls start becoming friends. You know what I mean? A little boy from a very young age starts getting attracted to these girls. I can't fault a little boy from being attracted to a young girl. I can't. I was attracted to little girls when I was his age. I was attracted to older girls, and then I started being attracted all the girls from every period of my life I was attracted to. I can't lie about that. And there's nothing I wanted more to me as a young boy than a young woman by my side. I wanted her, next to her. That was my life's experience. I wanted a young girl next to me. I wanted an older girl next to me. When I got older, I got The young girl has been man's companion throughout life. The young boy has been a part of my existence throughout every period of my life. I've been a young boy. I've been an older boy. I've been a teen boy. I've been, a divorced man. There comes a point where you gotta leave boy ways behind and become a man. Sometimes you gotta become a man, and sometimes you need a woman. And you're always gonna need a woman by your side. But a young girl came out and said, I was like, hold up, girl. She started talking about, I'm a ninja, bitch. I was like, hold on, ninja, bitch. Stay in those shadows. I don't want nothing to do with ninja bitches, bro. I don't. Too many girls want to pop out of shadows and be ninja bitches. I like princesses. I like to hold my princesses. I like to kiss them. I'm going to cut your hair. I'm going to make you some clothes and say, this is my princess. I want my flowers. I want my shiny silvers. I want my sparkles and diamonds and rubies. I like my princesses. I don't like ninja bitches jumping out of the shower trying to attack me. I don't like that. Get out of here, ninja bitch. Stay in the dark. I need my princesses. Brother likes his princesses. I got some food I need to cook with you. With you. I'll make some brownies for you. I'm going to kiss on you. I'm going to touch you all over. And I'm going to rub your skin. I'm going to cut your hair. And I'm going to sit you down. And I'm going to make you cut my hair. I'm going to make you cook me my brownies. And I might smack you on the behind sometimes, very playfully. But I ain't going to hurt you. Because I ain't going to hurt myself. I like kisses on myself. That's what this brother right here likes. I can't speak for other men in the world. Because I ain't every man. You know what I mean? And a brother said, you ain't every woman. And you're right. I ain't no woman. I ain't no woman at all. But I love a woman's energy. I love her kisses all over me. I ain't gonna lie. I can't sit up here as a man of faith and say I don't like a woman's kisses over me. I love a woman's kisses over me. I love it. You know what I mean? I love her presence. If I had to pick between a man's presence and a woman's presence, I probably most likely would choose a woman. If I was on a desert island alone, I want a woman. All time, every day, every second of a day. I'm choosing a woman over a man's presence every single time. I'm sorry. Because that's what I want and that's what I need. And there are certain things that a woman can do for me that a man can never do for me. You know what I mean? And I ain't afraid to admit it. Everything about a woman I find attractive. Her breasts, her nipples, her behind, her back. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me though. I love women. I'm a man who likes their look. I like their taste. I like their touch. I like their smells. A woman would come into my life. This is, and I'm sorry, you know what I mean, because typically I don't live like this, but I'm rooting in life's battles in life, and sometimes a brother just gotta lay here, you know what I mean, but in his car of misery and pain, and be like, baby, I need you. That's pitiful. I know, but I'd be lying if it ain't true. You know what I mean? If that's not the reality of my life, but I'm still eating better than many women, and yes, I ain't afraid to admit that a woman would bring a woman spice. See, we got all these spices you can pick up off a shelf. Hold on, I got some spice. I got I ain't no black cat, but you know, brother likes to smoke sometimes. Sometimes a brother has another smoke, and then I get tired of that, and they're out in the trash. Sometimes you gotta go to the store and get some garlic. Sometimes I wear deodorant. Sometimes I don't. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I can't explain it the way I am. Sometimes your brother gotta stink a little bit. That's all right. As long as I can find a woman who likes my smells, I'll be okay. That as long as that woman likes my smells and she's sticking around me, then we gonna make some garlicky smells together, right? Oh, into my back seat. Now I had some antifreeze. I was thinking of trying an experiment. I don't know if I'm gonna try it or not. You know what I mean? I got some water. I got some oatmeal, I guess. Some blankets. I gotta keep myself. My brother gotta keep himself warm because I ain't got no woman to keep me warm by my side. So, brother gotta keep himself warm. That's okay. I'll figure it out as I go through life's journey alone. A brother gotta do life's journey alone. That's okay. I'll figure it out. But it'd be nice to have a woman to help keep me warm in this car. I ain't gonna lie. A woman spice. A woman's spice. That's what I need. I need a woman's spice. See, they don't sell that on the shelf.